All right. So I just wanted to ask you a couple questions about your experience in HBA. The first thing that I was interested in is how has your perspective on managing stress and burnout and maybe even overwhelm, how has it changed since doing HBA?
You know, I want to say that it's felt more manageable and
Mhm.
like there's actually things I can do about it besides just like spinning my wheels and freaking out and then finally
That's
calming
spiral.
down, freaking out again. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you have tools now instead of just like letting it consume you.
Yes.
That's awesome. What motivated you to join HBA? I remember when you messaged me, I think you had listened to a podcast episode. But what was like the main driver in saying, you know what, I'm doing this. I trust her. I'm hopping in.
Um, it's kind of funny because I have followed you for a few years now, but like I didn't pay a lot of attention until recently. And what I really liked about your podcast and just like anything you've posted is you're super bold and you just don't give a fuck. I'm like, well, I love that. Like you're just gonna tell me how it is. That's what I need to hear.
Not one fuck, not one.
And I think that just really stuck out to me. And I know I have been stuck in several different things for a long time. And I've done all kinds of coaching before, but mainly like related to my business or like fitness specifically, not like, hey, my brain needs help.
Yeah.
But this person can help me with my brain. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's definitely it's a very niche type of support, right? So, are there any particular tools or lessons or like any major aha moments that stick out from the program that when you heard it, you're like, wow, holy crap, that makes a lot of sense and it shifted things for you?
I've actually had a lot of those.
Oh, that's good. That's
It's,
good.
it's kind of hard to try like pick one of them. I think the all or nothing mindset stuff, like, because I'm pretty good at picking that out in my own clients or other people in general. And I feel like I'm a very self-aware individual. So
Mhm.
like it's like I don't think I struggle with that too much. And then I got into this program, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like hidden deeper in there. So now that I'm more aware of it and I can see myself like swinging back and forth with different like things I struggle with. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I see that thing happening again. Let's go ahead and not do that.
Mhm.
So that's definitely one big thing that sticks out. And just like for me, like overthinking, procrastinating, all of that is like my big issue. And that being normalized, I guess you could say, like the fact that that's happening is not crazy. Like the body's doing that in the brain because it's trying to keep you safe and like all those things makes me feel like less crazy about it. And also the fact that the idea isn't to fix things per se. It's like you're never going to be, like you said, 100% regulated all the time. That's not the goal here. And I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, okay. It's just learning how to become regulated more quickly when dysregulation happens. And that feels so much more achievable than the all or nothing thinking of like, I have to fix myself and never feel crazy again. Like, it's just not realistic.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's like a big difference between like having very unrealistic expectations that then just leave you in a deeper state of dysregulation, feeling fucked up, compared to being very intentional about the actions that need to happen every day to keep you, like I said, spending the least amount of time in the worst mental and physical state that you would be in and coming back to that neutral just enough to still get the things done. So, yeah, did you find the structure and layout and like the deliverability of the program to be easy to follow? So, it is very different compared to how other programs are ran, delivered, coached. This is a very like everyone comes in and they're like, wow, I've never done something this way before. Did you find, given that you're busy, you're doing a lot, was it easy to keep up with, follow through with, and overall the method in which that you got it? Did you find that to be helpful?
yeah, actually, it was really nice to not have to download a bunch of different apps because
Yeah.
I've had to do that before, and it's like literally it's already in my text messages where I'm going to be anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then I could
Last
just
step.
listen to things. Like I like that it's just like something you listen to because when it's like a video with it, because I listen when I'm driving a lot. So I want to look, but I'm like, don't look. You don't need to look, and I don't have to because yours is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
audio. So
Yeah, definitely. I thought about all of my busy bees when I did it this way. Cause I'm like, well, what's the easiest way to get the information without having to carve out an hour every day to learn it? Cause like nobody has that time, right? So I'm glad to hear that. How did you feel about the Lifeline feature in HBA?
That it was really nifty. There were different things. What I liked about that is there's a bunch of different things to try. And like if one thing doesn't work, there's another thing that you can do that will work. And they're all simple stuff. It's not like you have to go and do this like 10-minute process. It's just like
Yeah.
this minutes get her done. And I really like the micro, I think it's micro moments of mindfulness, like
Mhm.
because I'm so in my head. So when I'm like, oh hey, I'm gonna feel my feet on the floor, I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel my butt in this chair, like maybe I should get my butt out of this chair and do something and like move on the movement or something. So
Yeah. Yeah. It starts to make a really huge difference. And I feel like just like knowing that at any moment of the day, no matter what's going on, I always say, like, if it's 3 a.m. and you're having a mentee be, like, you have those instantly available to you. And it's that game changer in spending less time up here and more time back in a more, helpful state for you. So that's awesome. And really final question is, do you have any words of advice, any encouragement for anyone that may be looking at HBA that's on the fence? Obviously it's a big decision to make. There's an investment to it. And often for people that look at it and they're like, well, I've never done anything like this before, that initial feeling of like, well, what if I fail, right? Comes up. So any words of advice, any words of encouragement that you feel like they would need to hear to help them along?
I would say, like, I've learned over the past few years when something keeps nagging at my brain that I need to do it or I'm like really interested in it, and I go look at the sales page like 15 times because I did. I'm like,
Good.
hey, I need to do this because if it wasn't on my mind so much, then like there's a reason it keeps popping up, and 100% worth it. Like not even questioning at all the investment in it, because it's not only applicable to me, but even in my relationship, I've been able to have conversations and stuff and like understand things that are happening that it's like a them thing and it's not for me to fix or whatever it might be. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully my goal, especially when I have coaches come in, is the things that you learn. I always hope that you're able to then apply those to your clients as well and help them along because that's, the ripple effect, I feel like, for the tools and information within HBA. That's really where it's all at. So well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you chatting today.